Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you guys today. Excited for today's show. It's gonna be a good one. Gonna take a look into a lot of what we got going on. Upcoming fights. Next 2 weeks we got some good action coming up. We're gonna take a look at all of that. I'm gonna let everyone stroll. I started the show a couple minutes early. I got a lot going on today, so I wanted to take a look at all of this. Um, hang on. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna get everything set up here. I'm gonna get everything set up real quick. Hang on. Give me 1 second to get everything set up. I should have set this all up before I went live, but it's good to have everybody here. Good to have everybody here. Interesting day yesterday. We did hit the parlay. I was off on the Flores Chavez fight. Should have stuck with my initial gut feeling. I changed my gut. I changed my opinion after watching the tape, and then I ended up getting it wrong. I should have stuck with my gut, my gut there. But guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Do become a member. I'm about to put the membership in the What up, PJ? What up, Assad? Hang on. All right, that is pinned. Get the long-term parlay. I'll probably do a long-term parlay tomorrow. We'll probably take a look at another long-term parlay tomorrow. But get the long-term parlay, get the lock of the week, get Ask the Bookie anything, get access to the Discord. You get all that. You get the merch. You get all that for just $5 a month. Just $5 a month. Should we have a carnival bar? This is bugging out. Let's head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. It's the nutrition of a steak. It's the convenience of a bar. Carnivalbar.com. Carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. The Carnival Bar is clean, shelf-stable nourishment crafted by hands for adventures, picnics, and everything in between. That's carnivalbar.com. Make sure to use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, let's get into today's show. I'm not sure how big the crowd's going to be today, but wanted to get into, this week ahead. I just finished all of the tape on the Walsh versus Carlos Ocampo fight. That's what I expected. Walsh is good. He's got some flaws. He's got some issues, but he's a good fighter. And Carlos Ocampo is not bad. He's just not good. Carlos Ocampo is like the man with the golden ticket. He keeps getting more and more opportunities at the biggest names. We saw him fight back in 2018. That was almost 8 years ago. He fought with Errol Spence. And with Errol Spence, he ate the body shot in the first round and got knocked out. And then he got back to a world stage and he fought Tszyu, and Tszyu knocked him out in the first round. And then he lost every round with Fundora, and it keeps losing, but he keeps getting more tickets because he's getting more fights. Like I said, he's holding the golden ticket. He keeps getting more and more fights because we know his name, but we only know his name because he's never won a round with a meaningful opponent. Michael Zhutsky on the Canadian card, maybe that's his best win. So he's not terrible. Like he's not Ocampo. I don't want you guys to get me the wrong thing. Ocampo is Peter McNeely. He's not. But he keeps getting these big fights that he doesn't really deserve at this point, only because we know his name. That's it. The only reason why he keeps getting these fights is because we know his name. How do we know his name? Why do we know his name? We know his name from what? We know his name from getting blown out. That's it. That's the only reason why we know who he is, because he gets blown out a lot. It's really intriguing. And this is his 1, 2, 3, 4th fight of note against a big name, a moneymaker in the sport. And it's really, in his first 3 fights, he hasn't won a single round. He got knocked out in the first round against Spence and with Tim Tszyu. And with Sebastian Fundora, he lost every round. That's 3 fights. He hasn't won a round. Let's give him a 4th. everybody was flip flopping these picks. I lost. Everyone said Flores at first, and then I went the other way. I said Chavez first, and then lost to Flores. I should have stuck with it. I watched the first fight, and I thought Chavez won the first fight. I thought I was lucky to get the draw on that fight. So I was like, well, Chavez, and I saw the odds come out, and Chavez was a dog, and I was like, what? So I watched the tape. I was like, yeah, I think I see why Chavez. But shout out to Chavez. Chavez fought a completely different fight than what he'd done in the past. I think he fought to his strengths instead of fighting to his comforts, right? Like he's a guy that likes to go backwards. He doesn't go backwards well. He circles and stands his ground and comes well. He fights well in the center of the ring, making him miss. I said he had more skills than Flores. I just thought he was going to go backwards the whole time. He was going to fade, and just Flores get to work earlier. You'll win the fight, even though he's better than you. But if I had Flores guy, I thought Flores won like the first 3 rounds, at least 2-1. Like he was okay. He started off well. Well, last fight he lost all the early rounds, but okay, he's going to win a decision here. I felt comfortable with that. And then about the 5th, 6th round or whatever, it just switched, and we saw. I can snap with my left hand, but not so well with my right hand. That's weird, right? We saw the momentum of the fight just switch, and we saw control of the fight switch it totally into the favor of Chavez, who was not running. He was not going back. He was standing in, and Flores' corner, Joel Diaz, was telling him, okay, he's scared. He's tired. He's tired. He's tired. He's tired. He's fading. He didn't fade. It was Flores who faded and faded badly. And at the point where it was, what was the 8th round or so? It looked like he might get knocked out. Chavez has zero power, like I said in my zero, none. I mean, he's got no power. The Mexican Malignaggi, he's got no power. Actually, I think Malignaggi probably has more power than him. He has no power at all. And if he did, that fight would have been over there. I think in the 8th round, I would have lost the over too. But all being said, I did hit my parlays. Remember, Super Chat and Cash App, your gambling advisor. Super Chat and Cash App, your gambling advisor. He did come through for you again in a real way. In a real way, he came through for you. But we're going to get into it. We got a lot to get into, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button. Remember to tip your gambling advisor. The Cash App and the Super Chats are in the ticker below. Appreciate all of y'all. Get to some of these. We're gonna look at the book. Like I said, I got to the Caleb Walsh fight. I think Caleb Walsh is gonna be tested with Ocampa, but I think it's a clear win. I think the odds is minus 450 to minus 600. I've all the odds I've seen are in that range. I think that's about right. If I had to make the book, I'd make him around minus 450, minus 500. What up, Big G? What up? What up? What up, Jeb? What up, Jeb? What up? Is Walsh a big puncher? He's big enough. Walsh a big enough puncher. We got fights today. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win. Odds for Israel Madrimov are asked. They're not good. We're going to take a look at the book. We're going to preview all this. I'll go as long as you guys are questioning, comments, or super chatting, all of that. I'll keep going. But we get super quiet. Did you lose the sound? Can you guys not hear me? What happened to the sound? Hang on. Now, PJ, Gary, I think that's on your end, bro. I'm playing it back right now. I can hear me. Can you guys hear me? I can hear you. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm good. Have a lot. Good. Sounds fine to me. That's on you, PJ. That's on your end. All right. But yeah, breaking down the Ocampo tape on Walsh, I don't see much of a problem, much of a concern as far as Caleb Walsh is concerned. Like I think Caleb Walsh, it'll be tested. I don't love Caleb Walsh's resume. I don't think Vargas was any good. Caleb Walsh doesn't really have any great wins, but Ocampo's not great. He's not that good. Look at this real quick. Just look at his last few wins. They're obviously bringing him up slowly and surely. And look, Caleb Walsh is 24. He's going to get there. I'd say he's a couple of years away, and he's 24. So you're all good. Thank you, Boss Marvs. When we look at Caleb Walsh's resume, 15 or 11 knockouts. Fernando Vargas, I don't think much of that at all. I think Vargas is ass cheeks. Elias Espadas, opponent. Dean Sutherland, opponent. Ronowski, I don't even know who that is. Opponent. Yelon Yusunev is probably the best name on his resume. Ismael Villarreal. Velasco completely shot at that point. Carson Jones completely shot at that point. And that's it. He's been fighting some names. I mean, Benjamin Whitaker. He's fighting some names. San Antonio, Benjamin Whitaker. That's my dude. Carson Jones, Velasco. I mean, their names. Yelon Yusunev, Sutherland, Elias Espadas. Their names. And like when you're building someone, I think they've done a pretty good job. He's got some names that are gonna, you're gonna be able to say, okay, this guy also fought that guy. There's gonna be common opponents, and he fought them when they were late. Or Fernando Vargas is a name. Fernando Vargas, I don't think is particularly good. I was not surprised at all that he got dominated, utterly destroyed by Caleb Walsh. And the odds for that were decent. Dean Sutherland, again, Dean Sutherland is a name. I don't think Dean Sutherland, British guy. I forget who he beat. He beat somebody. It's a British level guy. This is not, Keen McMahon, I think he beat on his way or something like that. He got to win Southpaw. It's just not, Dean Sutherland poses no threat to Caleb Walsh. These just, these are names and guys that we know, but they're not particularly good. We're going to look at the card. Let's look at the card right now. Let's look at the whole card right now. Hang on. Guys, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Very slow day today. Very slow day today. There's not many of you, but like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's take a look at this. This is not a bad card. Walsh and Ocampo. It's not a terrible fight. We know who wins. Misael Rodriguez against Austin Donata. This is a really, really interesting fight. It's a really interesting fight. Two undefeated guys. I don't think that highly of either one of them. My guess is Misael Rodriguez wins this fight. For sure. I think Misael Rodriguez wins this fight. But this is a guy, Misael Rodriguez, that just has the win over Omar Chavez. And that's a win of note, right? Like that matters. So that's an interesting fight. I don't have odds on any of these things yet. Omar Trinidad, a couple of draws against Max Ornelas. Max Ornelas is a real opponent. Max may win this fight. This is a real fight, guys. I'm interested to see the odds on this. Max Ornelas, I thought, beat Hector Valdez back in 2022. And fought Floyd Diaz very, very competitively. Max Ornelas was a guy that came up on Roy Jones Promotions that they thought very highly of. He got a bunch of fights, and he got offered a bunch of fights, and they weren't enough. He wanted like world championship money. Max Ornelas may very well win this fight. I would say this is a good fight. This is a very good fight. If you're looking to drop Omar Trinidad, this may be a good one. Trinidad's got 2 draws in a row, right? He's got one. What's his other? What was it? One of these fights? All right, it was just the Lorenzo Power draw. Didn't he have another draw somewhere? Oh, it's his first fight. This is something to keep an eye on here. We all thought Lorenzo Parra won that fight. Max Ornelas is a real guy. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's keep that in mind. This is a pretty good card. Then Floyd Diaz is on the card as well. Cash flow against Guillermo Gutierrez. Guillermo is my boy. Guillermo Gutierrez, right? Good skills. No power. He's got really, really good skills. This is a tough fight. I mean, these are real fights, guys. These are real fights. Right here, this is an impressive run here. Jaden Bernays, Hector Ivan Valdez. He hasn't fought anyone at this level. He's got a loss to Jaime Hasso, but Jaime Hasso is really good. He just keeps testing dirty. You know, these are real fights. These are absolutely real fights. These are 50-50 kind of fights. Got all these wins taken back off of testing positive. But it's a really good fighter. This is a very good fighter in Jaime Hasso. You know, my guess is Floyd Diaz wins this fight, but this is a real fight, bro. This is a real fight. It's a good fight. And then this one. Jacob Ramos is a guy I got to watch in the amateurs. He's from my area. He's from Plano, Texas. 4-0, 1 knockout. I saw his pro debut back in 2023. He hasn't been that active, but he's fought decent fighters, Desmond White and Joseph Rangel and Stephen Garagaza. These are decent opponents, and he's done pretty well with them. Now he's fighting Troy Nash. I don't know much about Troy Nash, but Jacob Ramos was a very good amateur. I understand that Troy Nash is too, right? But these are real fights. Like, this is a hell of a job. This is a hell of a job. It's a really good card, man. We got a lot of 50-50 fights in here. This is going to be tough. This is Max Ornelas, Guillermo Gutierrez. These are real opponents. Jacob Ramos. I don't know this guy. It's a good card. Shout out. Look, we can say what we want about Dana White, Zuffa Boxing. This, for what it is, it's not a multi-million-dollar card or nothing like this. This is a good card. Kane Sandoval and Julian Rodriguez is a solid fight. The matchmaking this is not top rank. This is not golden boy matchmaking. These guys are being tested, and these are fights these guys could lose. These are really, really good fights. Like, these are not give-me's. Max Ornelas could beat Omar Trinidad. I think he may beat Omar Trinidad. Guillermo Gutierrez could beat Floyd Diaz. Jacob Ramos could beat Troy Nash. Yeah? Like, these are really, really good fights. These are interesting fights where these are interesting fights. These are really interesting fights. Austin Donato might get his ass beat. Oh, I think he's going to. There's a few Texas. Yep, there's some Texas fights in there. We just looked at over that. Yeah. The early morning card got me dog tired as hell. Did everyone watch that early morning card, the Japanese card? I did not. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have any money on it. I wouldn't wake. I stayed awake for the Australian card. I was not staying awake. I was not waking up for that. The card isn't rizzled with talent, but it's competitive. You can see the matchmaking. You can see what they're doing. They're making good fights. And they're trying to grow boxing fans by making good fights. I don't know. It might be crazy enough to work. I don't know. You can see the Zuffa model, though. You can see the Zuffa model. Let me make a note of this real quick. They're making good fights, and he's growing it long term. He's saying, I here are my fighters. If they lose, they lose. But I got good fights. I don't have a ton of money invested in them. If they lose, they lose. But I make good fights. People like to watch good fights. If I make enough good fights, people will come back watching. They're not watching the card. They're not watching. No one is buying this card to see Floyd Diaz or Omar Trinidad or Troy Nash. No one is doing that. They know who these guys are. Hardcores do. They know who these guys are, and they're going to watch them. They're going to keep watching anyway. What I need to do is bring as many people as I can, and we're going to start small, and then give them good fights. Like that give them good fights. The Terrence Crawford card, everything on that card was a good fight. There was no top rank matchmaking. There was nothing like that. There was no top rank touches, Golden Boy touches. Everyone had a fight. You can see this, and it was a good night of boxing. Other than Crawford Canelo got blown up, but all in all, that was a great night of boxing. This is a good night of boxing. This is a good card. There's good fights on this. You're going to be entertained, and they're giving you good fights to be entertained instead of just giving you blowouts. Right? We already know the winner. I'm telling you right now, Guillermo Gutierrez, Max Ronalez. These guys could win. Jacob Ramos, these guys could win those fights. And there's another name to watch. There's another name to watch. Plus, all in the interim, you got to watch good boxing. Like, how did you get into whatever sport you like? If you're a basketball fan, a college football fan, a baseball, whatever, you saw good games that were entertaining, evenly matched games. You didn't watch 13-0 blowouts every day and say, God dang, I love this sport. That's not what happened, right? You watched great games, and those great games got you involved in the sport. That's the Zuffa model. And I don't know if it's going to work or not. Turkey and Dana White are going to get their shot. They're going to run boxing for a while. What they do with it, I don't know. He's got Jai Apataya. He's got his pound for pound type of guy. He's got Caleb Walsh, who he loves, and he's putting on this good card. And this card, guys, the card's entertaining. Whether or not you like the name value, whether or not you think it's sexy, the fights are evenly matched. Those are good fights. It's a well-made card. It's a well-matched card. And we're going to have an entertaining night of boxing, and we're going to have a lot of tough breakdowns. This makes my life tougher as a gambler because I can't just throw in a bunch of these fights to add to my parlay. These are tough fights, and their odds are going to be interesting on them. So keep that in mind. Let me get to the rest of these. They're probably going to be the best thing about Zuffa. They're going to put on. Yeah, well, what else can we ask for? You know what I'm saying? Keys out. Like, what else? You're a boxing fan. You like watching good fights. They're giving us good fights. They are giving us good fights. There's no question about that. How we got the Walsh fight going? I think Walsh wins probably by stoppage. I would say middle rounds. But I definitely like Walsh. I wouldn't get too cute with it. I would take Walsh on the money line just as a parlay piece. Who is commentating for Zuffa Boxing? I don't know. Does anyone know the answer to that? Does anyone know who's commentating for Zuffa Boxing? Out of this card, which match would be most effective if fought on the moon? Troy Nash is one of them ones. We're gonna find out. He's just not. I know Jacob Ramos from when he's a kid. I know him from the amateurs. It's not gonna be easy. I'm just let you know. Gary, I'd like to know more about the Johnny Cash Out King saga. Things get personal. Things got personal. I don't know who Cash Out King is, other than he's been in my chat a few times. I don't know what I don't have any information on that. I'm not going to bat for either guy here. I don't know what happened. I don't know the beef. I don't know. That's honestly, I don't know if you sub to Johnny's channel. If you don't sub to Johnny's channel, please do. It's a hell of a channel. He gives great content. But I don't know what that's about. I really don't know. I don't know. That's only thing though. Boxing might need a UFC business model since the money ain't the same. Best channel on YouTube. You're talking about this channel, right? Shout out. I'm pulling for King. It's a great fight, Cigar. It's a great fight. Definitely makes our life harder in a real way, Clifton. In a real way, you ain't never lied. From James, good call on the Dempsey McKean heavyweight fight. Curiel screwed me, lost 2.6K. You bet on my stoppage, huh? Sorry about that. Make boxing a blue collar sport again. Fight your way to the top instead of being baby. This is at 79 ain't never lied here. 79, you ain't never lied. Boxing is a blue collar sport for fighters. It's not easy. It ain't baseball. It ain't college football. This is a sport for people who don't have the means to play other sports. This is a fight, and you have to fight your way to the top. And so often now we just push people to the top. We just give a bunch of tuna cans, and then we're shocked when they fail at the top, at the highest level. Make fighters fight again. Make, like in basketball, they say you have to win your minutes, right? You got to, like, if you're a second round draft pick or whatever, you got to win your minutes. You got to earn those minutes on the court. You got to earn your ranking. You got to sing for your supper here. You got to earn that money. You got to earn that ranking. You got to earn those titles. You got to fight other good fighters on your way to the top. Not a bunch of tuna cans, not a bunch of handoffs, not a bunch of layups. You got to fight a bunch of good fighters to get to the top. You got to earn your minutes, so to speak. You got to earn that. And you work your way from 4 rounders fighting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in front of nobody to the top. That's what the sport is. That's what it's always been. But I couldn't bet on it because DraftKings don't have it from James. I like Troy Ness. He's cool with it. We need promotion. Something hits different when you have a personal connection with fighters, like knowing things about them. Yeah, for sure. 100%. And this is the problem with Major League Baseball too, is like, if I asked the Major League Baseball when I was a kid was the premier sports league. If you ask kids now, name 10 major leaguers, they can't. There's no connection. There's no stars. There's no Ken Griffey Jr. There's no Barry Bonds. There's no Tony Gwynn, right? There's no Roger Clemens. They don't have a star that that's recognizable. Derek Jeter, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez. Those guys are gone. And boxing is dying in baseball is dying in popularity because of it. Boxing, the stars that came after Manny and Pac, Crawford, Ward, Canelo, Fury, AJ, Wilder, those guys are now fading too. And that's what Matt in my chat was talking about yesterday. I love that they are on Paramount Plus. I got that for an entire year, cheap as hell with military. Shout out to you, Mike Ross. Thank you for your service. And putting it on Paramount Plus is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. 3D boxing, indeed. Hooray! I appreciate that. I'm surprised Jai gone to Zuffa already. I don't know why. He's a cruiserweight. It's tough. You got to buy into Zuffa. You got to buy into Dana. And maybe Jai did. I don't know. Look, they got a guy. He's a pound for pound talent. I think he's one of the 10 best fighters on earth. I really do. I've been high on Jai Opetaia forever. They got their guy, and it's a cruiserweight, so it's a little interesting. Cruiserweight's not really a glamour division. It's the thing below heavyweight. I can't see him moving up to heavyweight. Maybe he can. I can't see it, but I don't know what the plan is for him. But Jai Opetaia is a great fighter, so they got their guy. They got their guy who they're going to try to build with. Him and Caleb Walsh are what they're trying to build with. Will Zuffa mix it up with other promotions? I don't know. I don't know, Clifton. I think so. I think Turkey's going to make him, at least in the early going, at least for the here and now. I think so. But I don't know how that turned out. Dana, like I said, Dana White's going to get a shot to run boxing. He's going to get his turn. Does he fail? Does he drop it? Does he not even ever get it up and off the ground? I don't know. But you can see his model. You can see what they're doing. Tough fights, competitive fights, put on a good night of boxing with competitive 50-50 fights, and fans will come back to watch good boxing. We're going to find out if it's going to work. Can you make it a long-term problem? I will. Yes. Tomorrow we will do that. I personally like Zuffa competitive model from a boxing perspective. I like that pick'ems a lot because there's small details in those fights. Yeah. Let's work on a long-term parlay is tomorrow. We're doing a parlay tomorrow. PJ, come back tomorrow. I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Parlay, that's tomorrow's show. Right now, I wanted to just go over this card. We're going to get over. we'll go over the rest of the stuff. But tomorrow is the long-term parlay. Dana has gone on record saying he doesn't want to work with any of the promoters or championship belt organizations. So I wonder why Jai finds Zuffa. Well, I'm sure it's money. I'm sure that's a lot of it. But Dana White has built the UFC. He saved the UFC. The UFC was illegal in the nation's largest city. He put it in Atlantic City and built it from there. Like we may not like Dana White, we may not like UFC, but Dana White can build. Like there's no question about it. I don't know, PJ. I don't know. I'm a vet. To how can I get the Paramount discount? That's a question for Mike Ross. I don't know. If you have Walmart Plus, you can get Paramount Plus for free. Shout out. I didn't know that. I gotta ask my wife if we have that. Yeah, Zuffa will work other promoters. Boxing promoters want to get their hands in everything possible. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a money making business. It's at least in the here and now. I think they're going to work across the aisle. Let's take a look at DraftKings real quick. We'll recap this, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Appreciate everyone, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Not liking, not sharing, not subscribing is definitely considered gay and fake and fugazi. And we don't do gay and fake and fugazi. So to me, you guys can see this, right? Yeah. Caleb Walsh here is a good pick. -500. That's a nice parlay piece. Yes, the odds on Madrimov are disgusting. I wouldn't touch that. But right here, I like this as a parlay. Caleb Walsh, Andy Cruz, -128. -128. Boy, I like this a lot, honestly. I like that as a parlay piece quite a bit. Andy Cruz, Caleb Walsh, 2-leg parlay, -128. Boy, I like that. I do like that as a parlay. Gary, I did watch your video. I did. Zarafik had some insults on it. Hang on. Let me hang on. Give me one second. I'm gonna post this for 79. I put the link for 79's video in, guys. Everyone check out 79's video. It's in there now. It's really good. Check out his work. He does a good job. Gary, did you watch my video? It's Rafa. Yeah, okay. It's read that. We up this weekend. Let's go, Oscar. Let's go, Oscar. It's good to have you here, my dude. It's good to have you here. All right, guys. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. Questions, comments, thoughts. I'm going to get into a longer video tomorrow. We're going to look at long-term parlays. We're going to build parlays out, but as a two-piece, next week is good. Caleb Walsh, Andy Cruz money line, -126. I like that a lot. Shout out. I appreciate it, 79. I appreciate you, 79. He's got so the link for my channel is in the video. If you ever want to come on 79 and plug your channel, let me know. Got 27 of you guys started to pour in a little bit. Appreciate everybody who's showing up. Guys, questions, comments, thoughts, super chats. If you have any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, let me know now or forever hold your peace. Make sure you do sub over. Check out my boy 79's video. Check out his video. Watch his video. Also, smash the join button, become a member, become a Patreon, do all that stuff, get the lock of the week, get all that stuff, just $5 a month. Will Walsh get the KO? I'd say more than likely. Do I have props on that? Let me see if I have props on a Walsh KO. I would say more than likely. Is it worth betting? Well, that depends on the odds. Let's check pro boxing odds. I have no odds on any book on that yet. If you guys have any odds on a Walsh stoppage, if it's around even money, it might be worth taking it. It might be. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will be live again tomorrow. We'll do that long-term parlay for the rest of the month. January's parlay, we will call it. All right. Appreciate everyone. It is January 17th, 2026 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.